Yes, we're live outside the Allen County Sheriff's Office. Joining us, Sheriff Matt Treglia. And it was kind of a sleepless night for area law enforcement with Bradley Gillespie and James Lee on the run. But, Sheriff, some good news this morning.
Yes, this wasn't the press conference I intended to have. We was probably going to attempt to close schools today. But, however, just shortly before I arrived back on station, we got confirmation that James Lee is in custody in Henderson, Kentucky. And they have a tight perimeter set up on Mr. Gillespie also. And that was confirmed by myself in Henderson, Kentucky after I contacted them.
All right, so they stayed together during this time.
At this time, it seems that they did stay together, yes.
And so still really no word, an investigation needs to take place to find out how they escaped and how they got that far?
Of course. I think the State Patrol and the correction facility is going to handle that investigation. As far as I'm concerned, I just wanted to bring the citizens up to date and tell them that, yes, they were out of state. They have one in custody at this time. They're looking for the other one, and I believe they're going to have them in custody shortly, and we will be putting that out as soon as we do get Gibson in custody.
Right. Some good news. And as you said, you thought about closing schools today. I mean, why? Because of the uncertainty?
Yeah, just the uncertainty of making sure they were both actually going out of the community and not taking the chance. I mean, this is one thing that I would definitely want to err on the side of caution. Obviously, it's not up to me to close the school, but I was going to make a strong recommendation that happened today, and now that's not taking place. So, yes, school can be open. We can move on with our normal activities, our normal daily things that we would do in life, and things should be good.
Mm-hmm. Things like this can always happen when a prison like this is in our backyard. How do you feel about how you responded in law enforcement working together for this?
Oh, law enforcement working together couldn't have been any better, obviously. I worked the State Patrol. I mean, we had a lot of units covering the road along with my units here at the Sheriff's Office last night. Felt 100% secure here. They responded to everything. They checked a lot of businesses. They checked a lot of homes. They checked a lot of suspicious persons and came up negative. So I was very confident that we had enough law enforcement in place to handle anything that would have happened here. But the state, the local, the federal system that worked with us on this, it was all great. Everybody working together and doing this.
You know, you have drills and you practice things like that. So I guess this is kind of at least confirming that there's good line of communications and things can get done when something happens.
Obviously, when something like this kicks off, it's chaotic right at first. And eventually it all comes together. Everybody starts working together and meshing real well. And it usually comes out with an ending like this.
Mm-hmm. And I assume that you guys were really concerned because one of the inmates, was a convicted murderer. So
that's always a very huge concern when you have such a violent offender that's out on the loose, obviously.
Right, yeah. So, again, the one has been in custody. Tell us again so people, in case they missed it.
Yeah, James Lee is in custody in Henderson, Kentucky, and they have a perimeter set up on Gibson, who was also with him at the time and fled the scene. But they have a pretty tight perimeter. They advised me, and they will be contacting me or the hub when they have him in custody.
Were you kind of surprised that they got that far?
Yeah, I actually was at first, but I was really surprised that after I made all the phone calls, after I got back up, 3 hours of sleep coming back in here this morning, that everybody had nothing, and then as soon as I pull in, we had one in custody. So yes, it was a surprise, and it's a good surprise, and I'm glad to announce it to the people of Allen County.
Definitely is a good surprise. Thank you very much, Sheriff, for waking up and telling us about it here
No problem,
live on
Holly.
First Edition. So, Lynn, back to you in the studio with the good news that one is in custody, and we expect the other soon.